on to item 14, again to Councillor Tolson, and this is procurement of environment vehicles.
Okay. Our waste freighters are beyond their life cycle. Some have become so unreliable we had to list 7 newer vehicles as collection rates were suffering. Our freighters are serviced by our fleet management and need to be fully operational. Since the additional younger vehicles were brought in, collection rates have risen to 99%. Route optimisation testing will shortly be concluded to enable us to purchase the amount of collection vehicles needed. Similarly, other environmental vehicles are at their end of their life. We have replaced 3 tractors. We will purchase a further 2 and the appropriate cutting equipment. 8 ride-on mowers are required, as well as handheld tools, hedge cutters, pole saws and gritting vehicles.
Thank you, Councillor Tolson. Any questions on this at all?
Yes, I do have one. I wasn't going to ask this, but at full council we were questioned on whether we should lease or to buy, and presumably we did look into that. And I can understand why we're buying it. It's because it comes out of a different fund. So that was one point I had. But you don't lease lawnmowers except you buy them. Thank you.
Councillor Tolson, do you want to come back on that one?
Yeah, Councillor Jones raised it, and he said, should we be leasing or should we be buying? It was a question that he had. But when we buy, we purchase with money at preferential rates. And the Conservatives always said they wanted to deliver a Conservatives have always said they wanted, where possible, to deliver a weekly collection service, and we need reliable new vehicles to do that, because if they're not in operation, then the collection rates go down.
Thank you, Councillor Tolson. Councillor Hebb?
It's almost piggybacking off Councillor Tolson's point. In the 2016 local election, Conservatives listened and did, when we got told on the doors that we want to clean the Thurrock, tidy Thurrock, potholes, dealt with, blah, blah, blah. We said we'd do that. Cleaning KFL has clearly been a good success, hence how we've invested another £1 million into those services. But going on Councillor Tolson's point around collections not happening because of inadequate fleet and all that good stuff, like any customer experience, you have a bad experience, it's very likely that you'll tell 10 people that bad experience. Very good experience, but only ever tell 3. I'm not blaming anyone for it, we all do it, it's human behaviour. But the point is, and it's quite intrinsic to the report that we're about to discuss regarding KPIs, we have to make sure we do the basics right. And this is part of the plan to A, listen to what was asked for, but B, do something about it. So, you made a good point around the lease versus purchase. This is a decision we've arrived at, we'll believe it's the right one, and we'll see it through. So, thank you for the report.
Sorry, thank you, Councillor Hebb. I was just confirming, obviously, we are going through the tender process, so the decision as to whether we lease or purchase is not 100% made yet. This is just to go through the process to allow us to do one and or the other. Yes, obviously keeping weekly collections is something that everybody's asked for. We've had a motion at full council from Councillor Aker on this to make sure if we ever decide to go down that route that we would consult with residents. Well, the good thing is it's one of the very few times I like to say we're not consulting, because we're not going to change from weekly bin collections. It's one of those things that everybody pays for. It's one of those things everybody likes seeing week on week. And as Councillor Bryant and I found out at the back end of last week, having these vehicles out now with the new camera on the front to find out where we've got potholes forming and blocked drains and broken pavements and so on, it's going to be extra added value to the way that we do that service across the borough as well. So I'm going to move on to the recommendations, which are page 408. The Cabinet endorses the approach laid out in the report for procuring the gritting vehicles, refuse vehicles and general plant sub 5 tonnes. The Cabinet approves commencement of the tendering process for the gritting vehicles, refuse collection vehicles and general plant sub 5 tonnes in accordance with the EU procedures. I can't wait until we don't have to say that anymore. And the Cabinet approved the delegation to the Corporate Director of Environment and Place to enter into and award necessary contracts following the procurement process in consultation with the portfolio holder of the environment. Is everybody happy with that?
Agreed.